Hello, ladies and gentlemen, across the world on planet Gaia. You are on Mother Earth here, a very, very sacred place in the universe, part of infinite multiverses, beyond any way of comprehending for your mind. So there's only one place we can go, and that is the heart. And the earth being an anagram of the heart resonates to the vibe of freedom. Vienna's calling for freedom. I wish to call upon the entire force of the source, as I have already called upon the entire powers of the earth. I've already called upon all the ancestors. I have already called upon all the allies to help, assist, and guide me, to protect me, protect my human family, to finish the job. You know why we're finishing the job now? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of all of this. Overworked. And I always keep finding my balance. I always keep finding my space. Therefore, I have to have a nap at least twice a day these days. My second one coming after this live stream. And due to the fact that I'm too afraid to do a phone call, I decided to do a live stream. And it's not escapism from the one and only true love that we are, all of us human beings. Everyone here listening. The one and only true love that is above and beyond and superseding and bathing, marinating, taking care of all other sensual perceptions and sensual attractions throughout all the feelings of fear, of sadness, of anger, and of joy, as well as that which resonates to the heart. That is shame. I feel shame too. Ashamed that being me is not enough. When will it ever be enough? Is it only when I decide it and live it? When's that gonna happen? Let's see. Vienna is calling. Vienna calling. Whoa. Vienna calling. Na 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 na. Helden. Whoa. We activated Heldenplatz. The Heldenplatz. We've spoken about this before. The portal of Vienna activated on the 16th of January. Me, Errol, and the Wizard. The entire week before that, we had police cars everywhere. And so we went there as ancient shamans that need to do their job. The job of protection, activation, protection of the human family, and activation of the portal that lies in Vienna, Austria, at the heart of Vienna, at the Heldenplatz. And that was the start of activating sacred places here in Vienna to drive up the energies. And we had the most magnificent, the most beautiful ceremony on the 16th of January in Vienna. 50 to 60,000 people came, and we walked from the Heldenplatz, where we did speeches first. I spoke, Yasin spoke, and Jenny spoke, and Florian spoke. 4 of the key warriors, only determined to give their everything for the human family. Because we want the end of suffering. Because we want to be free. And we're not getting paid for what we do. Only that which comes to us. And I cannot play with my emotions, but this is very emotional for me because I'm overworked, because I send notices of liability, done that in October, then stepped back, and then we did our shamanic work. And the last few weeks, I've been writing directly to the police in Linz, okay, Polizeiinspektion Linz, police in Vienna, Polizeiinspektion Wien, the police in Hofen an der Krems, which is my place of origin, where I am right now, the Interior Ministry of Austria, Innenministerium, and the mayor of Linz. And tomorrow, I'm gonna do that again. I'll write a document with my signature, which is about Vienna calling the human family together for freedom. That's what I want. I just want a peaceful coming together, not just doing a walk in Vienna. And am I going to get an answer from the police or anyone for anything that I do? The notice of liability? No. You don't get any answer. So what am I doing it for? And I know that the planet is asking me to do this, and therefore I do it. Going right to the edge of my sanity. But I need to protect humanity. And I'll make sure that I do the groundwork once again before Saturday. And just go in there. And anything can happen. And it's a dangerous situation. I don't know what's going to happen to me. All I can do is trust the source of all things, that everything is going to be fine. And I have one wish, and that's why I did a high command before I came on here, calling upon the entire force of the source, calling upon all the powers of the earth, calling upon the ancestors, and calling upon all the allies throughout the multiverses to help, assist, and guide us to come to an end of this catastrophe. What do you guys want? I just want to do a bloody walk. Is that so difficult? And are we going to have pictures again of violence with the police and Antifa, these pieces of trash? Sorry, pardon me. And then my mum always asks me, why do you get so angry? Well, it's because of the genocide that's happening, Mum, and you don't see it. That's why I'm doing the work that I'm doing, and I can't even tell you what I work on. My mum doesn't even understand. Because I feel the old people in the old people's homes who've worked their entire life, they're being treated in that way. What are we doing to the old people? What are we doing to our children in schools? Is that the future that you want to have, huh? Is that what is the predicament of humanity? Is it inescapable? Because it's driving me to the edge of my sanity. Edge of my sanity. Keep having to have that in my heart. Yeah. I don't give a fuck when I cry in front of people, even if I look like shit, which I do. I don't care. If that's what it takes to flip the dynamics and change reality as you see fit, okay? In alignment with what can only be the will of the source. Freedom, our birthright. And I wrote to the police that this is my birthright to do, because the first time I registered a demonstration, I was denied to have one. I've never heard that before. Anyone throughout the country who's ever registered a demonstration for the first time being denied to do so. I don't know of anyone who that has happened to. So why me? Am I such a danger for escalation? I'm about the last guy to touch anyone and do anything to anyone, because I couldn't ever. I can't. There's no danger coming from me. I just have a dream that's so strong. I just have the dream that's so strong to live the paradise that is the earth, and to treat her well, and to walk through the plant kingdom as a proud general of the plant kingdom, a protector of beauty, a protector of the one and only love that I have to go and search inside myself, because it's not to be found outside. It can only be magnetically drawn to you once you get there. And it's what I talked about yesterday. This cliff you jump off, where you don't know if it's 50 meters, 70 meters, or 280 meters high cliff that I jumped off some time ago. And I just keep falling. And it just gets too much for me sometimes. It's just too much for me sometimes, this journey of the heart, and then I'm ready to admit it, because it's driving me crazy. And I just can't imagine it being another day of chaos. What is the purpose for creation, originating from the source of all life, that gives us the birthright and the free will to choose our destiny? to repeat this constant chaos that has been happening in our city ever since we activated that portal on the 16th of January. Ever since then, everything has been turning sour more and more. The violence has been going up with every protest in Vienna. And therefore, I have not attended a demonstration in Vienna ever since the 13th of February, where the police had dogs with them, barking dogs at their own population. But at the same time, it's also difficult to imagine that finally, events are gonna fold together into existence of infinite possibilities and fold into existence a reality of freedom. I don't want this drama anymore. I don't want any policeman asking me where my muzzle is. Well, it's not here, is it? Deluded one. And I will never wear one. And all these fines have got stacked up here. I don't pay anything. I don't even read it because I don't want to waste my time. Because this is our earth and we breathe oxygen. Get the fuck over it. I studied the law. You did not. I have knowledge. You do not. The universe and creation has got the back of those with knowledge, putting it into action, and not stupidity. And with patience being one of my things that I have to work on. Where's the end of all of this, because I've been patient long enough. I've been screaming off the rooftops for 1 year, for 1 whole year, every week, where for 53 events that we had, I spoke at I would say 45 times going on that stage. And in the beginning I was trembling, not knowing what to say, but as soon as I got on that stage, something was guiding me. It was there for me, and it helped me through to get the truth out, about the predicament that we find ourselves in as humanity, which is abject slavery. That's what it is. The new normal and the old normal. Under democracy. Oh, that worked out well, didn't it? Of course it didn't work out, because this country here in Austria joined the European Mafia Union, the European Nazi Mafia Union, in 1995. And all the internationally binding, although not getting any consent from the population. That's all illegal and criminal. Setting up a slavery system for the entire human race by a bunch of psychopaths who think they have a divine right to rule, wearing the crown and just sitting there, and then telling us we've got the crown virus and that we're the virus. No. Right back to you. Like Aikita, okay? You're the virus. No, you are the virus, and you are not the Illuminati. You are the past. You have lost control. Dark occult priest class. You have lost it to us, the Gnostic takeover, and the human family that resonates to this message, who are then also part of the Gnostic takeover. And I'm gonna tell you again, you lock us down, we take you down. Do you understand? No answer as always. Because you now, I as the High Commander, command you to understand our authority. This is our planet, and we have the duty to protect this planet from you. We are the new Earth. We are the new world. We are humanity. And we are a beautiful species, endowed with genius, gifted with pure love that you do not have and that you envy us for. Therefore, you leave and get purified by the source. You hear this? Now, all of you, leave. That feels good. I feel much better. You see how good a nice cry is? And that's what I like to look stupid for. Because I'm not here to win some kind of beauty contest. I've never participated in one for a reason, probably. Because I'm not interested to be all beautiful. My beauty shines from my soul, from what I am, not how I look like. And I create that reality that I'm gonna have my freedom celebration this Saturday on the 15th of May 2021. I have that right now, and I've got witnesses also, so thanks for creating this domino effect. Because it needs to happen. It's well overdue. Now's the time. It has to be, because I choose so. Because the problem for you is choice. And I choose freedom, and everyone else also chooses freedom. Others make other choices, but we're not going to talk about that. And that's what we get. So I wrote this also to the police in one of the videos I sent. I said the positive story of all of this that has been happening here in Austria, and there's lots of other positive stories happening around the world that I don't even know of, and I'm looking forward to hear. It's not just all happening in Austria, of course not. But the beautiful story started on the 1st of January in Linz, where we had up to 4,000 people. When at most weeks, at most Fridays, I'm just speaking to a guy with his dog, okay? No one's listening to me. And I don't get any response for all the work that I do, so it just could well be that I'm doing exactly the right job. That's why I don't get a reply. And I always write in there, oh, therefore you're in tacit agreement with everything that I say. And that is universally binding when they don't answer. They are in tacit agreement. So we had 4,000 people in Linz on the 1st of January, and then the numbers plummeted again. The police did their job. Oh, so when you do your job, I'll do my job. Is that fair? I guess it is so. Police doing its job, getting the orders. Oh, find them hard, find them hard. When they're the ones who are the first to get vaccinated, you see. It's just crazy. And then fines for not wearing this muzzle. Oh, really? Oh, I'm really sorry. I forgot my muzzle. I'm so sorry, Mr. Officer. And then, again, we didn't have any numbers. No one there at the demonstration. And completely infiltrated our Festival for Freedom in Linz with people that I don't like, okay? We don't have to like everyone. And what do? You just continue on. And that's what we did. On the 16th of January, as I said, we do the shamanic ceremony, activating the portal at the Heldenplatz. And we walk a whole round anti-clockwise around the ring in Vienna. Go take a look at it. 50,000-60,000 people. The police was completely cooperative on that day, and the whole matrix goes crazy. Police helicopters flying above our heads, black helicopters, everything going crazy. And now we've reached the stage, okay, where we've got NATO military planes and military convoy in Austria, in Hersching, not far from Linz, here in Upper Austria, in a neutral country, said to be neutral country. That's how afraid they are of what's going on. And you know what? They can't stop it. They can't stop it. And I'm happy to announce that on the 15th of May, we've got another major cornerstone of freedom in this country. And it's just been so fucking hard. It's taken everything. And that's what I'm ready to do. I'm still not burnt out. I know how to get rid of stuck emotions in me, and I mostly do it through crying and giving it back to nature, and she alchemizes it because she's so powerful, our mother planet. And yeah, that's my biggest wish. That's why I'm creating this reality. That's why I'm doing this live stream, because that's how we manifest that outcome. As I told Gareth Icke, that at any moment we'd be taking over the country. Not me and Errol and the wizard as three emperors now telling others what to do. Oh yeah, now we're your leaders, and we've finally managed to maneuver ourselves into a position of power. So you listen exactly what we want you to do, and then it's gonna work. No. We're gonna base all power on the natural order and natural law principles in this country. That's what the Constitution will be founded upon, or added to, so things finally work out. Because without anchoring a constitution or constitutional framework in the trust that is Austria, okay, the country is the land, okay, the energetics of the land. It belongs to the earth and to no one else. Do your homework, okay? We don't live on a system with constitutions and democracies and this and that, totalitarian systems, like this whole scam is digital totalitarianism, Orwellian totalitarianism. We don't live on any sort of system. We live on the earth. And Austria is a trust. Like every country is a trust. It's not even a corporation. It's a trust. Because it replaces in the outside that which the people have not activated inside. Therefore, it's outside. because that trust is missing inside our hearts and souls, connection of the heart soul essence to our being. We've got the trust outside of us called government, replacement, mind control. Therefore, the old normal and the new normal are the same, and it's just the COVID effect has brought light into that which it always was. So therefore, we now live in MK Ultra land. Thank you, dear Tavistock Institute in London, going international. Yeah, I know exactly that it's you who's behind the mind control program of MK Ultra with muzzles, social distancing, torture techniques by the CIA. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to torture us. And we've seen through that. Oh, and you want us to get the jab, don't you? And change our DNA, our antenna. Keep testing us so you get the codes to Zion, which you're never gonna get. And through this mRNA injection, you want to synthetically synthesize us with the 5G frequency band of the matrix, of a technological sub-reality artificial matrix. And then you want to be so proud that finally you also created something, because you're nothing. Do you hear me? Ruling class. Oh, you'd love to be so proud of yourself that you finally created your technological prison. And it's not working out for you. Because when you reveal it, what you have planned, it perishes. And the more you power up the 5G frequencies, you make us even stronger. Because that's how demented and deluded you are. Okay? I've been into the topic of 5G for a long time, and there's very harmful effects, but only when you stay a victim of it. Try the fly agaric, for example. Okay, look that up. The fly agaric, which is very powerful in protection against electromagnetic fields, technologically generated pulse modulated electromagnetic fields. That is all the G's in the microwave spectrum. And other plant-based solutions. But if you don't be a victim of that and you transcend that pain and suffering that causes you, you activate archetypes like the lion, the eagle, the jaguar, the black jaguar. Take a look at some pictures, okay? I want to ask everyone listening to this, okay, when you've got time, type in black jaguar, type in a tiger, type in a lion, and then you see what these people, okay, they're not people, they want to control us because they don't love themselves. Therefore, they have to control us. And you look into the eye of the black jaguar and you know, that's me. That's also the human being. Wow, that's true shamanism. Recognizing ourselves in those amazing, absolutely amazing animals. So what is there to fear? They all run away from you then. And that's one of the principles I realized is you just start to think in a maverick way, like Leonardo da Vinci said, okay? Life's pretty simple. You do some things work, some things don't. So you do more of what works. And other people quickly copy. Therefore, it's important to always do something else to the collective. And they always form collectives, and that's the real name of the game in our existence. It's always the individual versus the collective. And you join in these protest movements, okay, wherever you are in the world, and you'll be able to start to see common themes forming, common narratives. In this country, for example, it is Kurz muss weg, okay? Kurz has to go. That's sort of one of the prime sayings that the protesters have. So what does the individual do? What do I do? What do I point out in my videos? No, Kurz doesn't. Please don't go. You need to come here. You come here, right now. Boy. Oh, he has to go. Well, and then what? You're gonna elect the next puppet, the next bodysuit. What's the point of that, you know? What a lunatic asylum. What children we've been conditioned to be. This is boring. This is bullshit, okay? Next. I don't want anything to do with that. It's boring, mate. That's freaking lunatic. Are you a little bit crazy? A little bit loco? You're a little bit loco, huh, in your mind? Why do you keep doing the same mistakes, huh, human being? Why do you don't see things from another perspective? Try and entertain that. The very coronavirus which they're representing is actually your sovereignty. And sovereignty has to be independent of everything outside of the individual. Independent. And true sovereignty is, I speak the truth even when I am afraid to speak the truth. I will even, when I know my human family is suffering in Gaza right now, big shout out to Gaza. Big shout out to my Palestinian family that I love dearly. And I'm not anti-Semitic saying that, because the Israeli population is also suffering from this fascist regime. Netanyahu could well be the reincarnation of the bloody demiurge on this planet. And he's got some competition there, hasn't he? Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, you sucker. As the great John Lash said in one of his talks, if I were to meet Elon Musk in a pub, and that's a true Gnostic teacher, okay? That's a true Gnostic teaching. If I were to meet Elon Musk in a pub, it will end in all infinite possibilities with a pub fight. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what it would end like. If he doesn't run out of the pub screaming, afraid of me, of a true Telestai speaking. So, coming back to what I was explaining, the politicians don't have to go. No, you come here, you come right here and listen to what we have to say as human beings. So now you listen to us. We have been kept silent for a long time. So now we speak. I'm going to speak the truth. As I said, I'm going to speak the truth even if I'm afraid to do that. I'm going to do it anyway. And then I'm going to integrate into my being, and it takes time, that my will is stronger than the will of the environment. Everyone, add them all together. Oh, we've got 10,000? Yeah, my will is still stronger than yours. That's power. That is true sovereignty. And if we work on our emotions and our anger, like I had to do, because I was really angry, and if you haven't been angry the last year, you're not paying attention, you see, and you're suppressing that anger. And I've also sometimes on the stage, I fell into my emotions, got trapped there and spoke from my anger. Yeah, it happens. It happens. That's allowed to happen, of course. And then you speak from true authority. And that's where the whole matrix listens, okay? And I can guarantee to you that the mafia is listening in here right now, which is good. Hey guys, you like this language here? You better join the revolution. So you tell the politicians, no, you don't go. Okay, we're not going to play the same lunatic game again. And oh, so now you're stepping down, the whole government's stepping down, and we're going to have new votes. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to sit down and talk. Okay, the people that have sent you notices of liability. We will not do a court case. Okay, this is my procedure. Okay, what I want to give to the world, what I recommend. Okay, no court cases. We can. It's a possibility also. If that's what it wants to happen, then it happens. But we don't hang them. We don't murder anyone. No one. Although there's a lot of rage against what these people have done in so-called positions of power, which is the little puppet position. We have to realize the true dynamics here, that all of these politicians have been blackmailed. Okay, it's called a brownstone operation in the CIA jargon. So they have to take orders from the mafia, because you don't want our little secret to come out, do you, Mr. Kurz? You don't want our little secret to come out, do you, Mr. Niehammer, Interior Minister of Austria? You don't want our little secret to come out, Mr. Kogler, Vice Prime Minister of Austria. And on it goes. So they make you have a drink in a bar, have more drinks, we're out celebrating. Next thing that happens, they put something in your drink, you end up in the bed with a 16-year-old girl, and then all the pictures have been taken, and you've been taken. You don't want to go to jail, do you? So this is how the mafia works, okay? That's one of the ways that they blackmail them. It's all out there. Oh, how did I find out? Whoa, makes logic sense, doesn't it? Oh, and that's why they're enacting things and shooting themselves in the foot with all the measures that they're taking, because they've got no other choice. So why? It wouldn't make sense to sacrifice them like the Satanists would want us to do, would it? So this is the teaching that I would like to give out to the Doctors Alliance with all the lawyers, okay? Wanting new Nuremberg trials, okay? What are you going to do then after that? You're going to lock them all up in prison? Do what? What is that for a solution? And have the mafia in the background continue running the show? And the vampire empire in the background drinking blood and this is the reason for the picture that we've got here, okay, ladies and gentlemen. like was portrayed in the song by Falco called Vienna Blood. He showed what the elite are up to. It's called Viennese Blood. Take a look at that video. It's an awesome song also. And I've really been on the Falco trip the last few days. And that's not a solution. No, we're going to have a talk. Okay? Humanity speaks before it acts. And then we find out, and that's the truth that I'm going to share. Okay? So guys, now we're here together in the beautiful, I'm just going to visually imagine that through my imaginative capacities. From the Hofburg, I'm going to tell them, oh, guys, any system, any matrix, as you can also call them, any system is a copy of the natural order. Is contract based, okay, because when there's a lack of trust, which all countries are based on, trusts, when there's a lack of trust between the ruling class of a country with the population, then you have to set up a contract with that population, with each and every one. You register them, fine, good. That's a system. However, these contracts, okay, and every contract that's called law in man-made law has to also be a contract, because the original is also a contract, because it's a copy of the natural order. So any system is and always will be and always has to be based on contracts. And those need to be insured. Guys, it's an insurance system. And please, I want to see who has insurance for the crimes against humanity that you've been committing since March of 2020. And I'm going to enjoy that silence. I'm going to enjoy that silence. Yeah. So simple and elegant principle. Yeah. And I love that truth too, Lulu. That's how simple it is. If you cannot explain it, you haven't understood it well enough. And I don't credit Einstein for that, because I don't even think he was that much of a genius. Prove me otherwise. That's the simplicity of the truth. And I will stand there and enjoy this silence. Trust you. That's what the planet communicated to me. Yeah. Thanks, mummy. Ha! We got them, have we? Such a joy. Such a joy to have truth present at the table. And not only me, but Errol and others will speak. Ahmed, we're going to fly into the country. We're going to have John Lash come in here also to Austria on invitation. Yeah, anything is possible. That's what I want. That's what I get, okay? Because I've worked bloody well hard the last 13 years to have that and to enjoy that. So we have common ground, dear politicians and mafia representatives who've had the courage to even face us, because the others will be off running off, to Elon Musk's SpaceX stations, wanting to get the freaking hell off the planet, because human beings are speaking the truth with them. Oh, no. Yeah, go on, leave. Because you've already destroyed Mars, okay? So go to your destroyed planet, and I don't even know what the fuck you do there, okay? And I don't care. So we've got common ground. All the private liability is on you guys. Naughty boys, okay? And you've caused a lot of damage and a lot of suffering, and you will have to go on to media, explain yourself, okay? And just tell them what happened. We'll have all the time in the world, and you're going to apologize to the families that you've caused suffering in through misinformation, propaganda, machinery, and heal that situation. How about that? How about that for a solution? Huh? And not chopping people's heads off like ISIS, okay? We're not doing this shit. We're human. We are a human family. And we need to grow up and speak with each other and find a diplomatic, peaceful resolution to the crisis. That is a crisis in consciousness. And we have all the information that we need, okay, to resolve this, because that's what we as protectors of the planet are here for. And then we have a beautiful, beautiful story for Earth. We deserve that. We deserve that as humanity. A beautiful story for once, for which we can be proud of and rewrite history that's tainted with all the blood. We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore, and we're going to show the world that we do things in Austria differently. Going to do it differently, as Leonardo da Vinci taught us. What a great genius he was, yeah? And we've got geniuses here also now. It's called the human family, helping each other to get through this. And we've been suffering enough, so enough with that. Enough! That's what I want to see. So, Vienna calling. This is for freedom. Am I going to get it on Saturday? I don't know. If I don't get it, well, that's a bit shit. I would have looked forward to that. I would have really looked forward to that. But it wasn't meant to be, apparently. But it will happen anyway. I just have a feeling it's going to be this Saturday. I have a feeling. And I'm going to focus on creating that. Because it's also the 66th anniversary of the Staatsvertrag, okay, the contract of the states, where Austria became released from the bondage of 10 years of occupation. Okay, and put together that formality of a creation of a state, okay, based on a constitution. So let's start with that. That's how your system is set up. And I know that the European Union and all these transnational organizations, these supranational organizations, all the multinational corporations, okay, and the political framework of the United Nations through the United Nations Agenda 2030 have inserted themselves underneath the level of law, okay, that is the basis and the end, okay, the boundary of operation for any state, and underneath that you have the decrees and regulation. So through that you inserted all of those internationally binding New World Order visions that you've disguised as COVID measures, and had a coup d'etat of technocracy throughout the entire world. And that's a very big offense. It's about the biggest offense that you can do under a legal system of law based on the principles on which the constitution of this country is based. You see, I'm talking the language of this system. I can also talk another language of the natural order, but I can talk the language of the system because I can explain it, because that's why I am a teacher and learnt to become a teacher in mathematics and history at the University of Vienna. I come from the system, therefore I can speak in your terminologies. Therefore, I cannot be attacked as a so-called Staatsverweigerer. You're the Staatsverweigerer, the enemy of the state. You're the one who destroyed the state structure for a New World Order system of slavery. So that's how they inverted everything. So constitution based on the principles, it's founded on constitution. Then you've got laws and then regulation, the lowest in this norm pyramid of the law. And they flipped the entire thing upside down and implemented technocracy according to the prime example of China, Wuhan. Ging-a-ling-a-ling, ring. Oh, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's a holistic system, and we found out how you did it. So, therefore, we can resolve it. Got the solution. That's it. Good. And then, okay, this is the next step. We are going to put our creative faculties together. We're going to explain this in the media. We need the most intelligent people when it comes to the research that Nikola Tesla, Wilhelm Reich, and all the other geniuses were involved in, okay? Raymond Reif and Victor Schauberger, who's also Austrian, and release those healing powers to get rid of all the AI, artificial nanobots, and gene-changing technologies from the bodies of what was injected into the people. How about that? And actually save the human beings that have unfortunately made the mistake to take this, okay, because of propaganda and misinformation. And I think everything can be solved, okay? They're not ones, that just have to suffer and that's it for them. No, there's a way back, I reckon. And how about putting our effort there? So that's what I see. Vienna calling. And the great man that Falco was. Okay, that's why he called himself. He was the guy who also did Amadeus, Amadeus, oh, 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 Amadeus. And out of the dark, into the light. Check out his songs, Out of the Dark. And what a beautiful song. And I resonate strongly with Falco for reasons I won't explain here because we're running out of time. But just to give you a hint, I've been seeing the Falcon, the Falke, the last 2 months. I saw it again a few days ago. The Falcon. That's a powerful symbol. So who was one of the archetypes of consciousness? Okay. Who was Ra and what was above Ra as the Falcon? Ooh, very powerful. And therefore, I invoke that power on the collective unconscious to go into the collective consciousness, to have a peaceful resolution of this crisis now, and a beautifully peaceful celebration of love and freedom for humanity on Saturday, 15th of May 2021 in Vienna, Austria, and throughout the world. Peaceful, in harmony. That's what we need as a human family, a proper festival after all this. And activate that. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, hermetically sealed and protected. We have that power to create that reality. And let's remember ourselves and all tell ourselves, tell someone today, tell someone tomorrow when you think about it. What I'd like to say is, be the love that you wish to see in the world.